So yesterday, I took a walk in my neighborhood, and there was a white couple that was walking towards me, and they smiled and spoke. I spoke to them, and they walk over to me. Excuse me, sir. Says, yeah, how you doing? He introduced himself. His wife introduced herself, and they said to me, I just want to say I'm so sorry about racism. I really hate what's happening in this country. I hate whatever happened. The older you get, the more you learn. It's like we did not vote for Trump, and this was a huge mistake, a bad move on the part of America. And I just wanted to say that to you. She said, we're neighbors, and it's just bad to live in a country where we're supposed to be free, and we don't know how people see us based on a bunch of racist people that look like us. And I just want you to know we're nothing like that. And we're so against what happened, and we feel so bad because everybody should be offended. White people is everybody. And she said, I just wanted to let you know that, and if everybody we see is like, even like when we see white Americans, we talk to them, and we try to see where people's heads are, because it's like, we're type of people that we have barbecues, we do things for the neighborhood, and we don't support that. So we don't want people, we don't want racists coming around us. So we the type of people, it's hard, and I can only imagine what it feels like. I as a decent human being, she said, I don't have to be black to know that what's happening is wrong. But I can only imagine what it feels like to just go somewhere and be anywhere and not feel comfortable, to not know what may happen the very next second, she said. So we walk around a lot of times, she said, and not much happens out here, but just in case, you never know. We would be so vocal to, the police corruption, the police brutality, all of these things. It's like, and we just want to make sure that people feel safe. We, even if it's just kind words, our words can't protect people out when they're, out and about living their life, she said. But just the decency, the good in us. We love everybody. We don't care where color you are, where you're from, none of that, she said. But it's sad, and it really bothers me, she said. So I don't know if maybe my words could make you feel good or better, and not that you're not happy in life or whatever, she said, but just the good in me. And I hope you understand, that we're just good people, and we like to connect with other good people. And said, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I just say, appreciate you, both of you, and I say, and you be safe out here. I said, I agree with everything you said. I said, it's bad times, bad times. I said, I mean, I'm living my life. I'm good otherwise. I said, but yeah, it's just really crappy times. I said, I appreciate your words, and they shook hands with me and stuff. And, well, can I give you a hug? And so it's one of those things. The sentiment felt great though, because a lot of times, man, you see things and you just feel like, man, like what happened to human beings, right? You're looking to just wake up and live your life, right? And day to day, you really don't know what the next day holds. My question is, what does this matter? What does this matter if the police can just do whatever they want? You always hear people, I know my rights. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The Constitution of the United States of America, huh? What is this? Just a piece of paper, a little booklet, huh? 109 pages of what? when we see so-called peace officers bring peace, don't they? And we see the most corrupt, foul-mouthed, vile police walk up. They lie. They plant things on people. They're disrespectful. And they openly say racist things. They openly say, I don't care about what the Constitution says. I don't care what the law says, right? They constantly say that. Openly. But you stood there, raised your right hand, took an oath, which means your word means nothing. What does all of this mean? What does any of this mean? The way I see it, and I've said this several times already in conversations with people and even a couple of videos that I've made here. It's really sad and it really sucks. We live in a country where the majority of the people you see waving this, wearing this, are a bunch of racists. And they're basically spewing out crap out their mouth as if there's two Americas. One for the whites and then one for the foreigners. All just a bunch of niggers. You know, like it's just a big old pot of gumbo. And you got these people sitting up going to church. You got them running around here talking about people taking the country and we're trying to take our country back. Take it back from who? You have a president that people are saying he's no good. He's evil. He's they say everything. He's everything bad for this country. But then these same people, they don't have enough on him to impeach him. No. What else does he have to do? What else does he have to do? Things are not going to get better as long as he's around. These racist people are trying to establish as much crap, as much genocide as they possibly can, and they're trying to take advantage of this. You notice how many police officers are committing crimes? Have you noticed that? And then these punk-ass cowards can't even be men and fess up to it. They don't have the decency to apologize, right? But what do they do? What do they all do? They commit a crime, the police, and like some punk-ass cowards, they immediately resign. Let me give you two stories that you guys might not be aware of. Just yesterday, there's a story of police officers getting a description of a white male. A white male, possibly in his mid-20s. They run up on a kid. Run up on a Spanish kid who looks nothing like the description they gave, and he was like a dark Spanish person. Slammed the kid down and broke his arm. And then the coward resigns like they, And when they resign, it's because they know that there's no beating what they did. There's no way out of it. And then they resign like some fucking cowards. Since this guy, what's his name? That Nolan Wells is his name. The kid that was basically murdered. And they lied about everything and covered everything up. Deleted messages from his phone. Deleted things from the social media account. Then deleted their own accounts. And basically pretend they didn't see him and know where he was. And the story's not adding up. Everybody's talking about this story. This is not entertainment, man. This is real life. And did you guys know that since then, there have been two more situations, and one particular I remember more than the other, of where black kid and a white kid decided to jump off this bridge to dive into this water. Well, the white kid made it and the black one didn't. And instead of the kid telling someone what happened because he knew that they both was fucking around and shouldn't have been doing what they were doing. He took the kid's clothes in his book bag or whatever bag he had and hid his clothes. And then they found this kid. Like they said, they said that they think he's been dead for about 3 or 4 weeks or something like that. And he knew they was going to get in trouble. He's going to get in trouble, so he didn't say anything. What is it with white kids and black kids going somewhere, and when they're around boats and water or some shit, what is going on? Another black kid's life taken. Now, my point is, we don't even know if that's the case. He might have been thrown in there for all we know. Maybe he couldn't swim. What happened? Did he fall and land on something, a part of the water where there was rocks? I don't know what happened. But if the kid could swim, why didn't he make it? Don't know. There's questions, right? But do you see this all over the news? Do you see the kid that was murdered? Do you see that all over the news? No. This is deliberate. I know factually, anytime something happens and black people are involved, and it's a situation where somebody that's not black gets hurt or lose their life, it's never an investigation with you having police come and visit your home and leave. Somebody always gets locked up. You're being investigated in a little office, a little room, with that little orange jumpsuit on, shackled and chained up, like a slave. You know, the new plantation is prison. Because they can't force you to be out there in the cotton fields, right? You got racists talking about black people should be able to work in their farms and all of this bullshit. We have our constitutional rights. I see all of these videos of different attorneys telling you what your rights are. Know your law so you can protect yourself. And I keep saying to people, when you guys tell people this, and they're somewhere stitched up with both eyes swollen shut, broken nose, teeth knocked out, broken ribs and all fucked up, and the police lie about it, where did knowing your laws come into play? When you see videos of black people complying with everything the police is saying, and the police is still trying to provoke, and it doesn't work, and they end up slamming you in your face, elbowing you, punching you, stomping you, all of these things that's happening. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to what's going on in the world, or if you just so stuck, got your head so stuck up these fucking celebrities and these boxers and these actors' asses that you think it don't matter until it happens to you. But this is our lives. This isn't some fucking movie where somebody getting stomped out, they go cut, good scene, it look real. This is real life. They just killed a white guy. Had his face down in the concrete, and he's telling them, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And he starts saying, this sucks. I can't breathe. And the guy died. And while he was on the gurney and in the back of the ambulance, the police are all laughing and talking like this is funny. They're making jokes about it. Hey. And he's not responding. And you hear the cop go, I hope I didn't kill him. And they bust out laughing. And you see one of the EMTs go, this guy's dead. And they're like, oh shit. I guess I did kill him. Ha! And they're all like, this is all funny to them. And these are people that you hire. For what reason? Because they don't serve and protect. Any job outside of being a police officer, somehow people are a better judge of character. But when it comes to police officers, one of the worst things that even in any job that you work at, I've never seen a job where the requirement is come and just do whatever you want. Anytime you hear these words, well, every police officer is different, you have a problem. Whatever job you work at, You all have the same positions, and somebody says every employee is different. You know what that is? Somebody's doing something that the rules say we're not supposed to do, but they're getting away with it. Management don't want anything to do with it. In fact, they'll get upset with you because you're putting them in a position that they don't want to be in. Maybe this is a friend or relative, somebody they really think highly of, but they know that they're wrong. Now, if you do it, you get written up, suspended, terminated. They do it. Shit, it never happened. And when they say a police chief, anybody with high, sit there and tell you every officer is different. That's the same situation, and it's bad. And the fact that police will stand there and watch other corrupt police break every law and won't intervene. You know what that is? Because they're all scumbags. And this is coming from the higher ups. Do not ever go against your boys in blue. Even if you don't like what they're doing, follow procedures first, then later on. Well, what procedures are we following? Something that you know is wrong and goes against protocol? Goes against the laws of the Constitution? So what's the purpose for us to have this? What's the purpose of you knowing your rights and they're getting violated while being recorded? And you got a punk ass racist tangerine sitting up in a suit in office that won't do anything to intervene. Why would he? He's the one that said, do you want a police system that can go out and do their jobs and not be fired for doing their jobs? And who was it? Yep, all the fucking racists. All the coons. Yeah. That's the only people applauding for that. And so he goes and takes 150,000 corrupt police records and wiped them clean. Yeah, these bitch asses are ICE agents and cops that was reinstated or whatever on police forces. Why would you do that? And for everybody that said they're like a bunch of SEALs clapping to that bullshit, yeah, those same ICE agents, those same police need to be somewhere violating you, violating your rights, violating your body physically like they do everybody else, and you sit there and go, good job, officers. They need to do it to you. See, one of the things about America, no matter where you travel at in America, you're going to find people of different ethnicities, right? We're at a point you don't know who to be nice to and who not to. So everybody just, you're serious. They don't speak first, we don't speak. You understand what I'm saying? They don't show, manners, good manners. It's like we're ready for war. Everybody's just in the, right now, it's just like, nah, yeah, checking the temperature. Hey, how you doing? Oh, no, okay. How you doing? This is why this couple that talked to me yesterday, I really appreciated what they did. For the simple fact that like they said, you don't have to be black to understand what's right from wrong. But she can only imagine what we go through. This is something that I said a long time ago, and I've been telling you guys, I keep running into people that's dealing with things. We see things all the time, and you just wish everybody well. This is why you stay in touch with your family to make sure they're good, because your loved ones can be out somewhere doing whatever, chilling, and at least that's what you think happening. The next thing you know, you're getting a call asking, can you come identify a body? This might be your daughter, your son, your sister, brother, mother, father, uncle, auntie, whoever. You guys realize you can simply say, hey, go to the corner store and get some milk and bread. That might be the last time you ever see that kid that you just sent to the store. At least alive. You realize just driving, hey, it's a nice day. Let's just go take a drive. Put the drop top down. And just, you're doing speed limit. Everything. Nothing. You're doing nothing wrong. Racist cop just happened to see your skin color and decide to pull you over and make trouble for you. You know your rights, though, right? But that officer don't give a damn. Even when you're asking for a supervisor now. I don't have to do it. I don't have to. I'm not calling no supervisor. They're doing all of this. It's all being recorded on video. What's being done about it? Police harassing you about something that the police chief have okayed. You have documentation on it and everything. I don't care. Well, I'm doing my job. What's the attitude? What's the unprofessionalism? What's all the anger and hostility about? Story time. I had a situation. I'm driving one night. And it's always easier to see lights at night than during the daytime. I'm driving one night. And I worked out of state. So my commute was like an hour and 30. I had a cooler in my trunk. So I said, you know what, let me move it, bring it to the front seat. So I can, get to easier. So what I do, I take out a Monster drink, 2 Monster drinks, and put them in the little cup holders, right? Straw. Now, where I pull over at, and this is where you really see people are just so full of hate. They're so full of hate that they just look for trouble. This is a gas station, 24-hour gas station. I go and I get gas. I know I'm off the next day, but I got this long ride. And hey, I want to make sure I'm good, that, I don't want to fall asleep behind the wheel. So I'm doing my thing. Summertime. Now, this night, it was really muggy. And we're talking like 92, 93 degrees, just muggy all day, right? I go to the gas station. Now, again, I'm doing nothing wrong. Signal, I didn't even have to signal because I bear it to my left. But I go, when I make the left turn to go into the drive to the gas station, signal and everything. Now, everything's fine. I go into the gas station, and first I pull up to the pumps. This is in New Jersey. So, in New Jersey, they pump the gas for you. But I pull up and, tell him fill it up, whatever. So he fills up my tank. And I go, after he fill up my tank, I pull up to a parking space. I go get my 2 Monster drinks and whatever else, whatever else I grab. There's a fucking police. This is how fucked up they are. Now there's like several cars parked over there. You got other people, like, 5 or 6 pumps or whatever, maybe 7, 8, whatever. And everybody is doing what they're doing. Now, is it just a coincidence I'm the only black motherfucker? The only black person in the fucking lot getting my gas. So I go, I pay the guy, put my stuff in my car. I'm pulling out. I see this fucking cop, though. He was turning to leave. As he see me go to my car, all of a sudden, he literally stopped. Like if you're coming out of a street, say like this is like the little island divider. This is a street here, this is a street. So he's about to go around to go back, but he actually literally turned back to come back into the parking lot. And then followed me out this motherfucker. And I said, nah, what the fuck? I sit right away. And I said, nah, hold up. You know what? So as I was approaching to go out to the street, this motherfucker now sitting, I said, nah, fuck this. So I pulled up into a space and I got out of my car and I just stood there. The motherfucker was waiting for me. He was literally waiting. I had done nothing. I'd done nothing. This was like around 20, I like to say 2013, 14, something like that. So I'm like, nah, this motherfucker. I said, nah. So I took my cell phone and I just stood there and started recording, said my name and everything, what time it was, where I was, and what this police officer just did. Don't you know that there was people outside? They said, hey, I saw him. I saw, right? One of the white people said, hey, what are you doing? Right? And I couldn't hear the police say, what are you doing? Then all of a sudden the police is like rolled the window. He's like, why are you just sitting there? Are you harassing people? Like you was about to turn. You was about to make an illegal turn. And you didn't even signal. And then you just backed up. Like, what are you waiting to harass people? He said, well, are you racist or something? This is a white guy, right? He's letting him know, like, you know, and then everybody in that gas station just started, hey, yeah, like, why are you harassing people? Like, what are you doing, right? Now, I'm recording all of this shit. I'm recording because I said, no, I know this dirty motherfucker going to try to wait for me to come out just to pull me over for nothing. If I had done something wrong, that motherfucker would have pulled right in that parking lot. Even if I hadn't done nothing wrong. Being crooked is being crooked. But I'm standing there, I'm like, yeah. And I'm standing there looking at this motherfucker. I'm like, and I'm recording. And then all of a sudden, now check this out. He winds up pulling off. So they was like, which way you going? So, because if he tried to wait somewhere, he's like, I don't trust. These are all white people. I'm the only black person there. I said, no, I saw the motherfucker. I said, it's like he was waiting for me to come out. He's like, yeah, he's going to pull behind you and harass you. I said, yeah, I know that. I said, okay. He's like, yeah, so I'm driving out anyway, but they with me. So I got on to where I was going and they honked the horn. I honked the horn. I got on the highway and went on. Check this shit out. I'm off the next day, right? Okay. During the rest of the following, next week or whatever it was, might have even been 2 weeks. I don't know. But what happened was this, right? I went to that gas station often because it was the last gas station before my stop because the one I used to go to closed down. So I used to go over there and make that and then, come back out and going home. Like I said, I'm driving like an hour and a half away. Don't you know that this dirty motherfucker, I come there one night, right? And what he did was he pulled in the driveway this time. And the owner said, officer, I told you already, stop staking out on my property, man. That little side road he was on didn't even have a shoulder. He would just pull back because it was dark. And it was one of these things where it's a street, but somebody's house is right next to the gas station, and they got the tall picket fence. So they wouldn't even be able to see what's going on. And he would just pull right there. Now, if a car's coming out down that street, they got to go around him into the traffic, like the traffic lane, to go around him. He's sitting there breaking the rule, right? So I said, you know what? I did the same thing. I started recording, right? This motherfucker looks at me, looks away. It's a female cop with him. And y'all heard my stories before, and here's a similarity. But check this out. He looks at me. I look at him. I'm going to my car. He goes, hey, how you doing? I just look at him. And my blood is boiling at this time. Because I'm knowing, like, bitch ass motherfucker. I just look at him. I'm not saying a word. I'm just staring at him, right? And he goes, I noticed when you came in, you turned, but it's like you turned your signal on kind of, and I looked at this motherfucker. And I had a dash cam. And I had where I could see like you could see my dash. You can see, so bottom line, you could see my speed and everything. I had it hooked up to where I had my dash cam, then I had the overhead next to my seatbelt on top where you could see, so that camera is aiming right there. Right? You could see my signal. You could see like everything. So I looked at him. I said, I put my signal on right before that first pole. From pole to pole, that's 100 feet. I put that shit on probably a good 20 feet before I got to that first pole, which means it was over 100 feet. Now, I don't know what you saw, but I got proof of that. You really want to, stop me just for whatever reason? So we have to go to court? I said, you the same officer, whatever, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, that sat right there, and you saw me going to my car, and I'm the only black guy out here. Yeah, I seen the white guys harassing you. Now harassing is confronting you for the harassment. I said, they were asking you, what were you doing? You saw me about to pull out, and you was about to make that turn, and you backed up and came back and was sitting there waiting for me. Now, all of a sudden, it's just a coincidence. You're telling me I did something that I know I did not do. So, I mean, what is it you need? Now, I know that I didn't do anything wrong. Let me tell you what I did. Well, sir, I said, I recognize who you are, just like you recognize me. That's why you cutting your eyes and looking up. I'm looking right at you. It's like, oh, that's the guy. Now I'm gonna get him. This is what you're doing right now. So what is it for me that you need? You told me that just to say what? And he was like, well, first of all, I just want to make sure everybody's okay. I mean, sometimes a person might be sleeping or sleepy or whatever. I said, I'm perfectly fine. I said, but this is what I come here and do. And I'm telling you this because I'm going to see you again. What is it that you asking for me? The fact that you even come and telling me about that, and I know I didn't do it. I know factually that I didn't do it. Well, what ends up happening is we have to identify with people, this, that, whatever. I gave this motherfucker my license. He looked at my shit. Now, all the papers on my car are straight. Anytime them cops are following behind you, those motherfuckers put your plates in, all your information come up. They know your registration, your insurance, all of that information comes up. Nothing is sacred. So he's looking. Well, no, I said, right. The female cop was with him. And I hear her say, why did you stop him? Because he wasn't moving. It's not a moving violation. Now, mind you, I'm recording all of this shit. No, but I saw him. She's like, yeah, but why would you wait for him to park, go into the store, buy his stuff, get gas, buy it, then come out, and then you're like, we're coming in. It's like you didn't even know who he was. It's like you didn't say anything, but now he's coming out, and we're on break. Now, I got all this on video. So what I did was the very next day, I'm not one that like to call out of work, but I said, listen, I need to take the day off. Pretty much, I got something to take care of. I had, I'm requesting to use, a sick day or whatever. I had to leave that message because I knew what I was going to do. And I called him the next day and just told him I got. She's like, yeah, we got the message. Everything good? I said, yeah, hopefully. But I said, I'll let y'all know about it when I come to work. And I went to the police station. And I said, listen, I need to speak to a police chief. You got a prosecutor somewhere in here, anywhere where I can. And I went to because their police station, there's a courthouse like right around the corner, literally. I said, can I talk to somebody? I said, I want to file a harassment charge, a complaint about any officers, right? So, and I got the badge number, name, and all that stuff. And I told him exactly what happened. And I said, is there anybody that I can speak to? Like higher than you? He said, I'm the police chief. I said, okay. It's about to get ugly for your department. And I'm telling you this right now. Your police officers are racist and they harass people. And he goes, what happened? Pull out my fucking phone. Now, mind you, I got this and I got the micro SD. So I got I actually made 4 copies of this video. Because, I'm not sending shit to people. Because all of a sudden, or, some bullshit happens, right? So I'm standing there and I'm looking at him. The whole time the video's playing, I'm looking at his face. And he's looking and watching and listening. Now, mind you, the female is saying what she's saying in front of him, in front of me. He's looking stupid as if like, why the fuck would you try to correct me in front of her? No, but right. And I said, yeah. So for this illegal stop that he did, everything, I'm telling him, I'm going to sue this motherfucker, right? That fucking police chief was begging and pleading with me to like, let me talk. You know what? I will definitely talk to. I said, what you going to say to him? What are you going to say to this motherfucker? You want to teach him how to cover up better next time? So I let him know that I'm going to sue these motherfuckers and that you need to train your officers better. You need to make sure that they're not acting like a bunch of fucking wild dogs when the owner's not home. I'm not dealing with this shit. And I got an attorney, and they saw that video. And I'm gonna show you how dirty these motherfuckers are. That motherfucker saw my name when he saw my license and everything. Now they know how to find people, right? I live out of state. I had some weird ass call on my phone talking about this is we're calling just to let things happen and hope there's no hard feelings, but we're working on things and making sure that we want to make everybody say what the fuck was all this about, right? But nobody said any names. And then it called me from a private number. Well, I got that number decoded, and that shit was coming right from the cell phone of a police officer that was in the police station at the time when the call came through. Now, this is the type of game that the fucking police play. So when this happens, I let my attorney, he's everything. We was on their ass. And basically what ended up happening was this particular officer had several complaints about himself. Right? Several complaints. Now I'm going to show you how dirty these motherfuckers are, though. We got word that he was no longer working for that police department, and sorry for any inconvenience and this and that and whatever, right? Don't you know, I work in a nursing home. Don't you know that this motherfucker was hired there? Because when you work at a place where people like to fuck with people, they're worried about somebody coming up there and busting their ass or something. So when I looked at this motherfucker, he saw me. Oh, and I'm just like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Now the motherfucker's working there. And I'm just looking at this motherfucker, right? And I got this feeling like I'm just prepared for whatever. But I'm not worried. I'm not like fearful and none of that shit, but I'm just like this motherfucker. Well, I barely ever saw him though. I barely ever saw him. The majority of the time he was down like, in the office somewhere, whatever. But, one day I remember coming to work and the security guard's like, I can't stand that motherfucker. I'm glad he fucking gone. Well, this same police officer got caught up in domestic violence, beat up on his wife. Yeah. Now, it amazes me how you want to be treated like you're Superman. You're superhuman. But when you fuck up in life, where we're all human, people go through things. No. See, here's the difference, right? Good people change their ways and become better people. Example is something, right? I never smoked, drank, or did none of that shit. But my attitude has always been this right here. I don't want to be that person that has bad habits. I don't want to be that person that offend people, that's, ignorant, disrespectful. That's like, for example, somebody's a drinker. They get drunk all the time. And they passing out on people fucking porches and shit and all kinds of crazy shit. And they got a bunch of yes men around them. So these motherfuckers won't change. Now, just say it's a guy meets a female. The female is, she likes him and everything, and she tells him, look, I really do like you. And I really, I was looking to have a relationship with you. I can't deal with the drinking. When you drink, you're not the same person. I can't deal with that. And I'm not going to rush into a marriage or something like that just to end up being a victim of what I already see as a problem. I don't like it, and I don't like what you become when you get drunk. That person, that man really loved that woman. He stops drinking. I've seen people do it without rehab or none of that. Just stop. And understanding, no, you being in my life means more to me than this bullshit alcohol. Like, right? You drink or you smoke weed or you hang out in club and party all the time and you getting yourself in all types of shit. Now all of a sudden you have a kid. Look, we got a kid to raise here. Are you trying to go out and get yourself killed so I can be left here without my husband, my son and daughter, without our kid, without his father? Like, look, what do you really love that person? Sometime a person, they can persuade you to do something or stop doing something more than because of their involvement in your life, more so than you would do it or stop doing it because of how you feel about yourself. So no, y'all mean the world to me. And they stop. You become a police officer. How the fuck are you out here trying to fight crime and you're committing the crimes? Why doesn't it bother you to know that you're violating people and disrespecting people? What did you actually become a police officer for? This is my question. Because every one of us are human beings, and nobody's life is more important than the next one. So how is it, though, that you conduct yourselves disrespectfully, no patience, no manners, no regard for nothing? You got these fucking, I see cops take elderly people, slam them on their faces, disrespect, hurt them, do all of this kind of shit. You're a police officer. You're supposed to know this. I thought y'all were supposed to honor this and respect this. Somehow your rules, your personal likes and dislikes is more important than what's in here, right? You see, the thing about it is 1776, black people were still slaves. And that's the day that they wrote this shit. So what did this actually represent? And the fact that y'all know black people were still slaves, that's probably why, along with your racism, that you don't care about it. Because this didn't stand for us, did it? Do you know how slimy that is? That we are all human beings, but you guys don't care. So what is knowing your fucking rights? Just to get your brains blown out. I was afraid for my life. He moved. And yeah, it's always the same punk ass excuse. So all the aggression, all of the, I'm looking for somebody to kill today. Excuse me. I'm looking for a nigga to kill today. This is all we see happening. This is all we see happening. And let me get back to this story that I didn't explain this part. Well, the two guys, one was 18, I think the other one was 17 or 18, whatever. They might have been the same age, or 18 and 19 or 17 and 18, whichever it was. They arrested the white guy. If not for this well situation, it probably would be the same thing. This kid wasn't so lucky. He got caught. But also, there's been 12 hangings. Yeah, black people found dead hanging. As of this month, last month, month before. Do you see this on the news? Do you hear people talking about it? You know what the police always say? It was a suicide. wait a minute. This woman just got a promotion at her job. This woman just got accepted to college. This woman just got a brand new car. This woman is fine. This woman is celebrated, enjoying life. This woman got a birthday party. I'm so happy I had to take my own life. No, this is what they do. They're all a part of the same hatred. They don't care. I'm telling you guys, somebody. No, I'm not going to even talk about that right now. But at the end of the day, when you guys are walking around out here chilling and we're not scared of shit, we're going to go. We got to go and do what we have to do. But y'all better understand that your life means nothing to these people. When you decide to just take a walk because it's a nice day, you decide to go get something to eat in the morning, nice place to go have breakfast, anything that you're doing, a simple traffic stop can turn to a fucking murder case. Mistaken identity can turn to a murder case. Hell, you can be sitting home, chilling, relaxing. Somebody's kicking your door and talking about they got a warrant. Everybody's yelling at the top of their lungs with guns aimed at you. Freeze, get on the ground, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden they blow your brains out because they're racist as fuck. And then it turns out they was in the wrong house the whole time. What's the repercussions? And you got some slimeball ass police chief that try to make excuses and cover-ups for these people? The Constitution of the United States of America. What does it mean? This country's about routine and bullshit. For what? What does that actually represent? What does the movements and the actions represent when you got a corrupt system? Who the fuck does this apply to? Who exactly does this shit right here apply to? You can memorize every amendment. You can memorize every right, everything. It doesn't. Who does it apply to? There's no way I'm gonna be some police chief and go, you stood there on video and you told a civilian, I don't care nothing about what this book says. I don't like the fact that you did this or this or that. Or wait. It's not about what the fuck you like and don't like. It's what this says right here. And you're violating people's constitutional rights. You're not upholding the law that you are supposed to uphold. You're not doing your job as an officer, and there will be repercussions for damn sure. Plain and simple. But what's happening? It sounds more like, hey, listen, man, you got to be careful. I know, I've been out there. I know how it feels, and these guys are doing this and that. Fucking bullshit rules say something else. But you got to be careful, man, because, you got cameras now, and certain things might happen I might not be able to protect you with, but just be... No, that's what they're doing. They're not telling them to not do this. They're not reprimanding them. No. They're not little kids. Naughty officer. No, they're not doing shit about it. They want you to rise and sing the national anthem. They want you to repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. And they're going to tell you, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah, it all sounds good. But there is no way that all of these things are happening and all of these police all over the country are silent. All of these so-called good people, silent. Until justice is served properly. This is nothing but a book with a bunch of words to people. That's it. That's it. I don't care how educated you are. I don't care how much of a loving person you are. I don't care how much of a giving person, how much of a wholesome person. It don't matter. Racist, hateful people don't care either. And you want to know what? You going to college, you going to work, you contributing to this country, you being such a great model citizen don't mean shit to these people. You're nothing but a nigga to them that they don't care about. They don't value your life. It's simple. And yeah. Yeah. This and this doesn't mix. You understand that? It doesn't mix. This is more of what America is about. Not this. That's what America's about. This doesn't mean anything. So every time you stand your black ass somewhere, pledge allegiance, saluting the troops, living your life, being a great human being, one of these racist motherfuckers out here have no problem taking your life and then lying about it. And then their punk ass, if they cross that line to the point where they're in hot water, then the cowards just fucking retire. And you know, they resign and run and hide like little bitches, scared of their punishment. But you want to know something? When you are a rotten person, I feel no remorse for you. And nobody should. Why should you be able to go home, pick up your little daughter, and I love you so much, hug your wife, enjoy your life, and you taking other people's lives? You're causing other people to be in a fucking prison somewhere when they didn't even do shit. You're bringing hard times to somebody's life because you want to simply stroke your punk ass ego. I know most of these cops was nerds when they was kids, got picked on or whatever. Now all of a sudden they want revenge. I'm tough now. I'm gonna get some payback because I got a badge and a gun. Now how are you good cops and you're sitting back watching this kind of shit? I just mind my business. You know what I'm saying? I keep my nose clean, but don't involve me. I know. Until one of these same fucking racist cops targets your kid. Target you. That's why that black former officer that was sitting there crying is all traumatized because of what happened to him, right? And the same cops that was in his house breaking bread in his house, eating his wife's cooking, chilling with his kids, was the same one that locked him up, turned on him, just like that. Yeah. Isn't it funny how every police officer that you ever see get arrested by other police officers? So isn't it funny how they start screaming and hollering, "You can't do this!" Right? Wait. When you were disrespecting and violating citizens, and they was telling you the same thing, you can't do this, this is wrong. You tased them, you punched them, you sick dogs on them. Now the same motherfuckers is doing this to you. Oh, now you realize that what you was doing to somebody was actually wrong too. But now that it's happening to you, it matters. But it didn't matter when you were the one breaking laws and rules and violating, somebody else's constitutional rights. To all the good people, black, white, Latino, Asian, whatever you are, if we don't make our voices heard, if we don't stand together and fight against this shit, it's not going to go away. It's going to continue to happen all until this rotten tangerine skinned motherfucker is out of office. And somebody even worth half a shit can come in there and make it their priority to undo all these injustices. You have a fucking president that stands up here and say, I don't care about America's financial situation. I don't care about all of this, that, you know, the complaint about the tariffs and everything. I don't care about all of that. Of course he doesn't. This is why the officers stand up there and say, I don't care about what the constitutional rights say. I don't care about any of that. I don't like the fact of blah, blah, blah. But Colin Kaepernick was a bad person, huh, for not saluting the flag, singing the national anthem, which was written by a fucking Frenchman, not even an American. But at the end of the day, the police can do whatever they want. The President of the United States can say and do whatever he wants. And we just continue to just observe it, but do nothing about it. Your job title doesn't make you a good person. So when you go hire police officers and basically they want to flex and flaunt their little egos and, you know, I got power, I can do this, I can do that. You know, I remember this police lady asked me, would I ever date a police officer? I said, fuck no. She said, why you say that? I said, no, I wouldn't date no fucking cop. So you telling me, you know I got a crush on you, right? That's why I said, no, I don't fuck with no police officers like that. Let me tell you something. There's too many things that happen wrong in the life of a police officer when it comes to relationships. And one of the fucking things that you got to always understand, police are not just trained, but they're programmed to see you, everybody, as a suspect. Which means when you have problems in your relationship, you see the dirty shit cops do to people when they think cameras ain't rolling? You see the dirty shit that people do to cops when they see that when they're aware that cameras are rolling? So what happens, you dating a fucking cop, y'all have trouble in paradise one day, and all of a sudden this motherfucker might blow your head off and say that you tried to physically attack her. Huh? Lie about something, try to get you arrested, anything. Just imagine that attitude of this motherfucker woman thinking she's some alpha and pretty much letting her position go to her head because she carries a gun and she's wouldn't date no fucking gun. But everybody not the same. No. Don't trust them. See, one of the biggest problems that you always going to have with a crooked motherfucker, they become too egotistical to want to hide the shit anymore. So when it finally comes out and you find yourself dealing with shit that you already predicted, already knew would happen, you be mad at yourself. You call yourself peace officers, but you love to make it known to the public that your job is not to protect and serve. That's old news. That's old. Y'all love saying that. I refuse to get my supervisor. I don't need to call a supervisor. You need to do what I say. Show me your ID first. All of these things that they know is wrong. And again, you'll see some video of some fucking attorneys telling you. Now, not saying that they don't mean well, but they're overlooking that you're dying out here, man. People are losing their lives out here for following your fucking instructions. Following your instructions about what this says. and exercising the so-called rights of what this say. How is this your civil rights if your rights are being violated on camera and nobody's doing nothing about it? How is it your civil rights? What's the first thing people type in the comment section when they see videos of police and their disorderly conduct and all that? And violating people? What do they type in? What is the two most popular words they type in? Almost every other comment. Lawsuit. Right. And what happens when the police and the courts defend these cops and find them not guilty? And now these motherfuckers feel like they're superhuman now, right? And they want to try to even retaliate because, yeah, you went to the courts about me and all that, right? Yeah, what then what? And you attorneys, you making your videos and you keep saying know your rights, and I feel like, yeah, it don't hurt to know your rights. But dirty cops, filthy pig ass cops are doing what they're doing and they're getting away with it. So what advice do you have for these people? What do you tell a dead person? Families stick together. Families stop neglecting each other. Stop taking each other's presence for granted. Take care of your kids. Make sure you know where your kids are. Stop letting your kids run all up and down the street unattended. Wait till they go to sleep to have sex. Fuck all that. Y'all gotta start paying more attention. Stop arguing out in front of your house, bringing your personal business out to the public. Teach your kids. Stop yelling and screaming at them, but teach them. And if you gotta yell and scream to get there, if you listen, teach them. Educate them. Because what you fail to teach them can make it easier for these pigs to do what they gotta do, what they feel like they want to do. This shit is real, man. Shit is real. This is not about clicks and views. This is not about trying to impress. This is about bringing awareness. You motherfuckers are sleeping out there, man. Y'all more worried about what fucking rapper said something about another rapper and who disrespected the legend and who said this and that and who got more hits than this is goofy shit, silly mode. Y'all motherfuckers are in silly mode. Just like these motherfucking racist motherfuckers said. Keep black people in silly mode. That's the role of a black. They're supposed to always be in silly mode. Y'all motherfuckers refuse to learn. I ain't so much worried about talking about a bunch of rich ass people and who's scared of who duck. Yeah, we talk that boxing shit here and there, but really this is real life right here. This is real life. This country that they talk so great about and talk about all the freedoms and man, we know that this is some overrated shit that they talk about here. We know the hatred is there, the racism is there. We know it's there. We see it. But your police force don't respect this. Your punk ass president don't respect this. But people keep telling you this is your constitutional rights. That cop can't do that while he's doing it. This right here. And I see these little kids learning how to read, trying to learn what things mean and how to do things. And every time I see these little kids, I just wish the best for them and hope that they don't grow up to end up being like the pigs that we see out here now. And I hope that they don't grow up and learn how to be racist. Hope they don't grow up being a bunch of hateful, little, violent, foul mouth, don't want to do nothing but just create chaos. I hope they don't end up like that. And it's a strong possibility that all these kids that you see, that more than half of them end up being exactly that thing that we don't need them to be. So when you this big and you trying to understand this, then you get my size and you like, fuck this. You care about that shit, right? Because you're a cop now. Wake up, y'all. Wake up. Fuck Jay-Z and Target and all that. Fuck all this petty shit that's going on. None of that shit is important as this. We ain't got to go to no motherfucking Target. That's just common sense. Keep your black ass out of there. Simple. You can't sell. You can't profit off of what you don't buy, right? Focus on what's real. Keep your eyes open. And y'all need to have strong communities. These racists are far too bold and comfortable running it up in y'all fucking neighborhoods. One racist motherfucker, 50, 60 black people, and they out there calling y'all all types of niggas and everything and walking up in y'all faces like they can just do it. And y'all sitting up here recording and, oh my God, what's wrong with him? And then when you see a video of a racist getting the living shit beat out of him, that's when all the racists, oh, they always gonna jump somebody. Oh, they're so tough for this. Yeah, I know. Just like y'all punk ass cops. Is always y'all real tough because y'all got guns and sticks and dogs. That's what I'm saying. And bottom line, the law on your side. Like the judges tell you in court. My job is to believe the police officer. Your job is to convince me otherwise. And you think that the judge is black, that matters? You think that it matters because a black police officer show up? Shit. You got more problems when a black officer show up because he like, hey, master, what you want me to do to this nigga, master? Watch this, master. I'll bust his head for you, master. That's what these coons do. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Young cop, congratulations. He's a brand new cop. And he's about to go slam a 78-year-old man on his face because he wouldn't sign some shit. You guys see this shit. If your grandmothers and grandfathers are still here, your parents still here, you got kids and all that, brothers and sisters and people that you care about, just hope that a judge don't have your same mentality to turn their back on the evidence and what's real. Because it just don't mean nothing to them. Because y'all out here sleeping thinking that this shit is just something to talk about. Man, this is shit y'all better fucking start preparing for. You know what I find crazy, and I'm going to close this video. Why is it that what's considered the black ghetto, why is it that it's so hard for people to get gun license over there? I mean, the criminals going to be the criminals, right? They get this shit illegally. You want people to turn their guns in. What the fuck you get a gun license for to get a gun and turn your gun in? Turn in shit. Paid for, both of them. All my shit. But the fuck I'm going to turn like, right? For what? I encourage y'all all to pay attention to this. Why is it so difficult for y'all to get guns? You know, they're going to tell you the crime rate and, yeah, right? That's the first thing they're going to tell you. Because the crime rate in the city, it's, you know, okay, so right, because you black, you can't go to a shooting range or you don't go hunting or whatever, right? Just say, but ain't it crazy how almost everybody that live in the trailer park got a fucking gun? And that's what they call the white ghetto. And guess what? The crime rates are just as high or higher. But somehow, they can get a gun with no problem. And that shit don't cross your mind. Y'all ain't never seen these racist motherfuckers just walking up and down the street, big ass rifle sticking out the, you know, walk around strapped, always in the position where, yeah, y'all ain't never seen that shit. And ain't nobody bothering these people. First thing come out their mouth. I got the right to bear arms. Oh, yeah, my Fourth Amendment. And wait. You want to know why they think that they can do what they want? Because racist people think everybody else is racist. And they start yelling out the amendments, and they think the cop is going to honor it. The racist cops will. White privilege, white pride, white power. Where was the police out there to make sure nothing happened? Huh? Nah, they're just peaceful protesters, right? That's what they said about them, right? So when you hollering white this, white that, is that not a clear indication that that doesn't include us? I wouldn't be including that bullshit anyway, but isn't that a clear indication? So America's divided. You got the racist crackers. You got the good white people. Right? You got the good black Americans. Then you got your stupid niggas. Anybody else that's in the country who's not sure of what they should be doing. All the confusion. You got all that going on at the same time. But in terms of white and black Americans, just look at it. I don't give a fuck where you from. I treat everybody with respect and love, unless you give me a reason not to. But other than that, just look at it. Y'all realize that these racists don't want nothing to do with non-racist white people? Y'all realize that, right? So anybody of any ethnic group that's racist, the crazy thing about it, like when you see racist Indian people. Hey, Indian people, you think them racist white people care about you? Excuse me. You think them racist crackers care about you? You think because y'all racist against black people that make them accept y'all? No, they hate y'all just as much. Latinos, Asians, everybody. These colors, all of this shit, they don't think that we represent this. So when you walk around here and everybody's racist towards each other, but you bow down to these racist crackers, and even when the good white folks are sitting up here telling y'all, don't send your kids on no boat rides with all white people. Hey, don't let your kids go hang out with people that you don't know. In fact, even grown as adults end up, y'all better start reading up on what's going on in America. When they tell y'all this, y'all scared y'all might ruffle feathers. Y'all scared y'all don't want nobody to look at y'all and think y'all racist. Nah, if somebody try to call you racist because you fight against white supremacy, you're stupid for caring about how they feel. America, make this shit mean something.